You know what no one really talks about? The moment that you realize that you might have to walk away from a channel that you've poured your heart and soul into. Yeah, I've been there as well. And this is the story of the day when I knew it was time to quit. It all started with something beautiful. I had this dream of backpacking the Colorado Trail with my oldest son, but not just hiking it, documenting the entire journey. Every single day, every rainstorm, every summit, and every late night campfire. I filmed all 23 of our final days on the trail over the course of 500 miles. And somewhere along the way, I fell in love with the process of creating, learning to talk to the camera, and figuring out ways to capture the best moments to tell the story, and even learning to edit on the go. And somehow or another, I managed to keep up with it all. I recorded, edited, and posted over 25 videos over the course of 30 days. Talk about being consistent. And that channel quickly became a time capsule of one of the most meaningful journeys of my life. So by the time I got home, I realized that I didn't want that moment to end. And that's when I started to think, maybe I can actually keep this thing going. Maybe doing YouTube is actually something I can do. So I started finding other ways to film other things for that channel. I started filming hiking trips, camping trips, and even just fun adventures with my dog. Then eventually over that year, winter came and I bought a new hot tent and decided to hike out into a winter storm. And I filmed every bit of it. And to my surprise, one of those winter camping trips just blew up. At least it blew up for a channel like mine at the time. It got over 25,000 views in just a few days. And I remember being so excited. And that's when I thought, this is it. It's finally happening for me. But the challenge was, I wasn't ready for it. I didn't have a plan. I had no content to follow it up with. And worse, I accidentally used some music that caused me to get a copyright strike. Thankfully, I was able to remove the music, and so the video was able to stay up. But by then, the momentum had already gone. Within just a few days, the views had started to dry up. Even to this day, I'll never know whether or not it was the algorithm or the penalty strike, or just that the video had its moment in time. But what hit me even harder was the reality check. I had a full-time job, a family, and could only go camping like maybe once a month if I was lucky. Every video that I did took me a full weekend to record and over a week to edit. And with the winter videos being the most popular, I was lucky to get 2 or 3 of those recorded a season. So staying consistent with my content was just becoming a challenge. And before I knew it, I was stressing all over trying to stay consistent, and eventually found myself getting burnt out over the course of a year or two. And so I had to ask myself, what's this channel really for right now? Was I just chasing the numbers? Had I lost my passion for sharing my story? And was I holding on to something that maybe had already ran its course? And that's when it hit me that this channel had served its purpose. It taught me how to get out and shoot with a minimum amount of gear. I learned how to edit while I was out on the go, and I started to get pretty good at knowing how to tell a story and how to actually finish something. That channel helped me capture a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity with my son and gave me tons of skills that I'm using right now. So for me, I don't look at it as being a failure, but more so being the foundation of who I am today. So I decided to let the channel go. I didn't delete the channel just yet. I just gave it space to sit and gave myself time to think about what I wanted to do next. And who knows? Maybe one day when I'm retired and I have more time to do the things that I love, like camping and being outdoors, then maybe I'll revisit that channel. Maybe I'll bring it back to life. But for now, I decided to be here to share my story with you guys. And I found that I had a passion for helping other creators find your rhythm, your voice, and your why. Sometimes the best thing that you can do in these situations is let go of what you thought it had to be, so you can then build what it's actually meant to be. If you're wrestling with a channel that isn't growing, a project that you feel torn about, or wondering if it's too late to start again, just know you're not alone, and you're not starting from scratch. You're starting from experience. That's what the Pocket Creator is all about. So if this story resonated with you, stick around, because I've got a lot more stories to tell.